नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जयो राधा माधव राधा माधव जयो राधे जयो राधा माधव राधा माधव जयो राधे जयो राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर जयो राधे जयो राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर जयो राधे जयो राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर जयो राधे जयो राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर जयो राधे जयो कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जयो कृष्ण बलराम जयो वृंदावन धाम वृंदावन धाम वृंदावन धाम जयो वृंदावन धाम जयो गौरनिताय 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 जयो गौरनिताय जयो जयो प्रभुपाद 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 जयो जयो प्रभुपाद जयो जयो गुरुदेव 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 जयो जयो गुरुदेव निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, Madhavi Pranam. Pranam. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna and Pranam dear devotees. So welcome back to our Srimad Bhagavatam reading. And so let me share the quiz results for yesterday's quiz, for yesterday's session. Okay. We have 11 participants, and on number 1 position we have Atul Prabhu with 4940 points. Today I was talking to Atul Prabhu and he was saying that how he always scores first position. So he said that whenever every day he starts with the office, he first reads all the previous shlokas and of the Srimad Bhagavatam that we did the last day, and he reads all the purports, he reads all the translation, and he prepares for the quiz. So that was very inspiring when Prabhuji told me that that is how he prepares. So I'm very grateful to Prabhuji, and I'm very grateful to, in fact, each one of you who are attempting the quiz. And so in this way, we will not understand that slowly, slowly, gradually, we will reach a position where we are completely absorbed in reading of Srimad Bhagavatam every day. So thank you so much, Atul Prabhu. So, and Anupama Mataji, number second. I think this Mataji is Anupama Saini Mataji. We have two Anupama Matajis. One is Anupama Saini, other is Anupama Sharma. And I think this is Anupama Saini Mataji with second position, Nishtha Mataji in third, and Anshi Mataji fourth, Saurabh Batla Prabhu, ek galat ho gaya, 3700 points, and then Ankur Prabhu, 3670 points. And Anupama Mataji, Anupama Sharma Mataji, 3650 points. Ayush Prabhu, Vijay Mataji, Nina Mataji. And so they all got one question wrong. So वो जो एक क्वेश्चन होगा वो मोस्ट प्रॉबली वो वेद वाला ही होगा कि कौन से पहले जो वेद एग्जिस्ट करता था वो कौन सा था. सो दैट इज यजुर्वेद. लेट अस सी व्हिच क्वेश्चन वाज देयर. यस. तो यही एक, बाकी क्वेश्चन तो बड़े सिंपल सिंपल से थे, ट्रू फॉल्स वाले, और सबके आंसर ट्रू हैं. और बट जो ये क्वेश्चन था, दिस इज वेयर वी रिक्वायर्ड लिटिल अंडरस्टैंडिंग, और नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग बट इट विल मेमोरी टू सी कि कल हमने क्या पढ़ा था. The answer is Yajurveda. Okay, so we will start with the session for today. नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय So, yesterday we read text number 16 to text number 24 of fourth chapter. This fourth chapter is the appearance of Shil Narad Muni, where Jo Shaunak Rishi hai, he is asking questions about the history of Srimad Bhagavatam and what is the history of Parikshit Maharaj and how did Srila Vyasdev divided the Vedas, and Shaunak Rishi is telling that this is the history, and then अभी जो आपने कल जो पढ़ा होगा उसमें ये था कि Vyasdev has divided the Vedas, the Ved into four Ved, Rig, Sam, Yajur, and Atharva, and he also wrote the stories and the historical facts as the Puran and Samhitas, as which is called as Pancham Ved or fifth Ved. तो आज हम आगे का पढ़ेंगे 25th नंबर श्लोक से स्त्री शूद्र द्विज बंधु नाम त्रैन श्रुति गोचरा क्रमश्रेयसी मूढ़ानां श्रेय एवं भवेद इहा इति भारतम आख्यानम कृपया मुनिना कृतम स्त्री the women class Shudra the laboring class Dvijabandhunam of the friends of the twice born Trai the three sacrificial Vedas na shruti gochar not allowed to be heard karma shreyasi in the successful execution of ritual duties, Mudhanam of the less intelligent, Shreya, supreme benefit, Evam, thus, Bhavet, achieved, Iha, by this, Iti, thus thinking, Bharatam, the great Mahabharat, Akhyanam, historical facts, Akhyanam, Kripaya, out of great mercy, Munina, by the Muni, Kritam is completed. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Out of compassion, the great sage thought it wise that this would enable men to achieve the ultimate goal of life. Thus, he compiled the great historical narration called the Mahabharata for women, laborers, and friends of the twice-born. Purport: the friends of the twice-born families are those who are born of the families of Brahmins, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas, or the spiritually cultured families. जिनको हम बोलते हैं बंधु. Bandhu means friend, and Dvijabandhu matlab friends of the twice-born, but who themselves are not equal to their forefathers. Such descendants are not recognized as such for want of purificatory achievements. The purificatory activities begin even before the birth of a child, and the seed-giving reformatory process is called Garbhadhan Sanskar. One who has not undergone such Garbhadhan Sanskar or spiritual family planning is not accepted as being of an actual twice-born family. So, Prabhupada is saying that Garbhadhan Sanskar is necessary. This is a purificatory process of the Dashamvida Sanskar, just the Pehla Sanskar hota hai. So we can say that practically in Kali Yuga, each one is Shudra only because there is no Garbhadhan Sanskar anymore done. The Garbhadhan Sanskar is followed by other purificatory processes, out of which the sacred thread ceremony is one. इसको हम बोलते हैं Brahman initiation. This is performed at the time of spiritual initiation. After this particular sanskar, one is rightly called twice born. One birth is calculated during the seed giving sanskar, and the second birth is calculated at the time of spiritual initiation. One who has been able to undergo such important sanskars can be called as a bona fide twice born. If the father and the mother do not undertake the process of spiritual family planning and simply beget children out of passion only, their children are called Dvijabandhu. These Dijubandhus are certainly not as intelligent as the children of the regular twice-born families. The Dijubandhus are classified with the Shudras and the women class, who are by nature less intelligent. The Shudras and the women class do not have to undergo any sanskar save and accept the ceremony of marriage. The less intelligent class of men, namely women, Shudra, and unqualified sons of the higher castes, are devoid of necessary qualifications to understand the purpose of the transcendental Vedas. For them, the Mahabharata was prepared. The purpose of the Mahabharata is to administer the purpose of the Vedas, and therefore, within the Mahabharata, the summary Ved of Bhagavad Gita is placed. The less intelligent are more interested in the stories than in the philosophy, and therefore the philosophy of the Vedas in the form of Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Lord Shri Krishna. Vyasdev and Lord Krishna are both on the transcendental plane, and therefore they collaborated in doing good to the fallen souls of this age. The Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all Vedic knowledge. It is the first book of spiritual values as the Upanishads are. The Vedanta philosophy in the subject matter for study. The Vedanta philosophy is the subject matter for study by the spiritual graduates. Only the postgraduate spiritual student can enter into the spiritual or devotional service of the Lord. It is a great science, and the great professor is the Lord himself in the form of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And persons who are empowered by him can initiate others in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Okay. Atul Prabhu is there, so I'll read the Sanskrit and Prabhu can continue after that. Evam pravittasya sada bhutanam shreyasi dvijaha sarvatmakenapi yada natushyad drihadayam tatah. Atul Prabhu, over to you.
Hare Krishna. Synonyms. Evam, thus, pravartyasya, one who is engaged in, sada, always, bhutanam, of the living beings, shreyasi, in the ultimate good, dvija, O twice born, sarvatmakena, api, by all means, yada, when, na, not, atyushyat, become satisfied, hridayam, mind, tatha, at that time. Translation: O twice born Brahmanas, still his mind was not satisfied, although he engaged himself in working for the total welfare of all people. Purport: Sri Vyasadeva was not satisfied with himself, although he had prepared literatures of Vedic value for the all-around welfare of the general mass of people. It was expected that he would be satisfied by all such activities, but ultimately he was not satisfied.
Yes. तो जैसे हमने पिछले श्लोक में पढ़ा था that उन्होंने महाभारत की रचना करी और उन्होंने उसको लिखा, he narrated Mahabharata and Ganesh ji wrote, and but still he was not satisfied. So Mahabharata, so he wrote Vedas and for the intelligent class, and because what was there in the previous ages was to understand Vedas or to read even Vedas, it required qualification, and it was not for everybody. And so that is why he wrote Mahabharata, that what will happen of those who are not reading Vedas. Then he wrote Mahabharata, because Mahabharata is for everybody. It is a very great epic, and the true history. Mahabharata का मतलब यही है, the great history of Bharat. So he wrote Mahabharata, and but still, जैसे अभी यहाँ पे पढ़ रहे हैं कि he was still not satisfied. What is the reason for that? वो भी हम आगे जाके पढ़ेंगे. नति प्रसीदाद धृत्याः सर्वस्वत्यास्तते शुचौ वितर्कयान् विविक्तास्था idam kovaч dharmavit. Yes, Prabhu, continue.
Na, not. Ati prasidat, very much satisfied. Hridaya, at heart. Sara Vyatha, of the river Saraswati. Tate, on the bank of. Shuchao, being purified, Vitarkayan, having considered, Viviktastha, situated in the lonely place, in a lonely place. Idam cha, also this. Uvacha said, Dharmavit, one who knows what religion is. Translation. Thus the sage, being dissatisfied at heart, at once began to reflect because he knew the essence of religion, and he said within himself, Purport, the sage began to search out the cause of not being satisfied at heart. Perfection is never attained until one is satisfied at heart. This satisfaction of heart has to be searched out beyond matter.
धृतावृतेन हि मया छन्दांसि गुरवो अङ्गयाः मानिता निर्व्याकिलेन व्यालिकेन गृहीतं चानुशासनम् भारतावयापदेशेन हि अम्नयार्थाश्च प्रदर्शिताः दृश्यते यत्र धर्मादि स्त्रीशूद्रादिभिरपि उत अनुपमा माताजी
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhrita Vratena, under a strict disciplinary vow. Hey, certainly, Maya, by me, Chandamasi, the Vedic hands, Gurva, the spiritual master, Agnya, the sacrificial fire, Manita, properly worshipped, Nirvyalikena, without pretense, Ghritam cha, all accepted, Anushashanam, traditional discipline, Bharata, the Mahabharata, Vyapade Sena, by completion of, hey, certainly, Amnya Arthaha, import of disciplic succession, cha, and Pradarshitaha, properly explained, Drashyate, by what is necessary, Yatra, where, Dharma Adhihi, the path of religion, Sri Sudra Adhi Bihi Api, even by women, Shudras, etc., Uta, spoken. Translation. I have, under strict disciplinary vows, unpretentiously worshipped the Vedas, the spiritual master, and the altar of sacrifice. I have also abided by the ruling and have shown the import of disciplic succession through the explanation of Mahabharata, by which even women, Shudras, and other friends of twice born can see the path of religion. Purport. No one can understand the import of Vedas without having undergone a strict disciplinary vow and disciplic succession. The Vedic spiritual master and sacrificial fire must be worshipped by the desiring candidate. All these intricacies of Vedic knowledge are systematically presented in the Mahabharata for the understanding of women class, the laborer class, and the unqualified member of Brahman, Kshatriya, and Vaishya families. In this age, the Mahabharata is more essential than the original Vedas.
तथापि बत मे दैयो हि आत्मा चैवात्मना विभु असंपन्ना इवा भाति ब्रह्मवर्चस्य सत्तमाः
Synonyms. Tadapi, although. Bata, defect. Me, mine. Dhaiyo, situated in the body. He, certainly. Atma, living being. Sha, and. Ev, even. Atmana, myself. Vibhu, sufficient. Asampanaha, wanting in. Iva, abhati, it appears to be. Brahma Vachasya, of the Vedantists. Sat, Satam, the Supreme. Translation. I am feeling incomplete, though I myself am fully equipped with everything required by the Vedas. Purpose. Undoubtedly, Srila Vyasadeva was complete in all the detail of Vedic achievements. Purification of the living being, submerged in matter, is made possible by the prescribed activities in the Vedas. But the ultimate achievement is different. Unless it is attained, the living being, even though fully equipped, cannot be situated in the transcendently normal stage. Srila Vyasadeva appeared to have lost the clue and therefore felt dissatisfaction.
Mhm. किं वा भागवता धर्मान् निरूपिताः प्रिया परमहंसानां त एव हि अच्युत प्रियाः.
Should I continue?
Yes.
Kim va or Bhagavata Dharma, the devotional activities of living beings. No, not. Priyana, almost. Nirupita, directed. Priyaha, dear. Parma, Paramahansanam, of the perfect being. Te eva, that also. He, certainly. Achutte, the infallible. Priya, attractive. Translation. This may be because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of the Lord, which is dear both to perfect beings and to the infallible Lord. Purport. The dissatisfaction which was being felt by Srila Vyasadeva is expressed here in his own words. This was felt for the normal condition of the living being in the devotional service of the Lord. Unless one is fixed in the normal condition of service, neither the Lord nor the living being can become fully satisfied. This defect was felt by him when Narad Muni, his spiritual master, reached him. It is desired as follows.
Mhm. So we see that he is figuring out what is the reason of his dissatisfaction, that he has not pointed out any scripture which is glorifying the devotional service, glorifying bhakti. Out of all the Vedic scriptures, there is no single scripture which is glorifying only bhakti or pure devotional service, or which is above this dharma of dharam, arth, kam, moksha, above these rituals, these religious practices. जैसे जो हमने स्टार्टिंग में पढ़ा था भागवतम आता है धर्म प्रोजिता तैतो अत्र, है ना? So like that. So now see that how Prabhupada is saying that this defect was felt by him when Narad Muni, his spiritual master, reached him. So अभी आगे जाके हम पढ़ेंगे that how this is realized by Vyasdev only by the mercy of Narad Muni, his spiritual master. So in that way we can say that nothing can be done independently without seeing the hand of the spiritual master or the hand of the Supreme Lord. So we cannot think anything independent out of it. Yes, Ayush Prabhu. So let me read the Sanskrit. Tasyevam khilam atmanam manyamanasya khidiyatah krishnasya narado abhiyagad ashramam rag udahritam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Tasya, his, Ivam, thus, Khilam, inferior, Atmanam, soul, Manyamanasya, thinking within the mind, Khidyata, regretting, Krishnaya, of Dvaipayana, Vyasa, Narada Abhyagat, Narada came there, Asramam, the cottage, Prak, before, Udharatam, said. Translation. As mentioned before, Narad reached the cottage of Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa on the banks of the Saraswati just as Vyasadeva was regretting his defect. Purport. The vacuum felt by Vyasadeva was not due to his lack of knowledge. Bhagavata Dharma is purely devotional sources of the Lord. to which the monist has no access. The monist is not counted amongst the Paramahamsas, the most perfect of the renounced order of life. Srimad Bhagavatam is full of narrations of the transcendental activities of the personality of Godhead. Although Vyasadeva was an empowered divinity, he still felt dissatis- dissatisfaction because in none of his works were the transcendental activities of the Lord properly explained. The inspiration was infused by Sri Krishna directly in the heart of Vyasadeva, and thus he felt the vacuum as explained above. It is definitely expressed here which that without the transcendental loving service of the God, everything is void. But in the transcendental service of the Lord, everything is tangible without any separate attempt at creative work or empiric philosophical speculation.
Mhm. तम अभिज्ञाय सह सा प्रत्युत्थाय गतं मुनि पूजायाम् असविधिवान् नारदं सुरपूजितम्.
Tam Abhijna Tam Abhijnaya, seeing the god fortune of his Narada's arrival, Sasa, all of a sudden, Pratyuthya, getting up, Agatam, arrived at, Muni, Vyasadeva, Pujayam Asa, worship, Vidhivat, with the same respect as offered to Vidhi, Brahma, Naradam, to Narada, Sura Pujitam, worshipped by the demigods. Translation: at the auspicious arrival of Sri Narada, Sri Vyasadeva got up respectfully and worshipped him, giving him veneration equal to that given to Brahmaji, the creator. Purport: Vidhi means Brahma, the first created living being. He is the original student as well as professor of the Vedas. He learned it from Sri Krishna and taught Narada first. So Narada is the second Acharya in the line of spiritual disciplic succession. He is the representative of Brahma, and therefore he is respected exactly like Brahma, the father of all vidhis, regulations. Similarly, all other successive disciples in the chain are also equally respected as representatives of the original spiritual master. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the first canto, fourth chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled The Appearance of Sri Narada.
Hmm. Yes. So now that we see that Vyasdev, he had the dilemma in his heart, and although he is empowered, है ना, he is पढ़ते हैं कि he is the incarnation of the Lord. He is empowered incarnation, Shaktiavesh avatar, and but so the circumstances are created as such by the Lord only, that he is feeling that dilemma, and out of that, Shila Narad ji, he appears, and Vyasdev ji, he realizes that he has not glorified the devotional service of the Lord, and the bhakti is not glorified in any of his works, which is the liking of the Lord, as well as those who are the devotees of the Lord. So now we start the next chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter number 5. Very, very wonderful chapter. Narad's instruction on Srimad Bhagavatam for Vyasdev. So let me read. Sut uvacha athatam sukham asina upasinam brihat shravaha devarshi praha viprarshim veenapanihi samayan iva. Sut Uvach said, Atha, therefore, Tam, him, Sukham Asina, comfortably seated, Upasinam, onto one sitting nearby, Brihat Brihat Shava, greatly respected, Devarshi, the great rishis among the gods, Prah said, Viprarshin, unto the rishi among the Brahmins, Veenapani, one who carries a veena in his hand, Samayan Eva, apparently smiling. Sut Goswami said, thus the sage among the gods, Narad, comfortably seated and apparently smiling, addressed the rishi amongst the Brahmins, Vedyas. Narad was smiling because he knew well the great sage Vyasdev and the cause of his disappointment. As he will explain gradually, Vyasdev's disappointment was due to insufficiency in presenting the science of devotional service. Narad knew the defect and it was confirmed by the position of Vyas. So here we have very wonderful point which we can make, that how did Narad Muni came to know before only, and he was smiling that his disciple Srila Vyasdev ji, that he has called for, and first of all he appears automatically, and then he already knows, okay, what is going on behind him. So here we can say that, so the spiritual master is not different than uh, the external manifestation of Chaitya Guru. Spiritual master is the external manifestation of Chaitya Guru, and spiritual master will, if the connection is right and if we are rightly disposed, our disposition is right toward the spiritual master, then the spiritual master will automatically come to know what is the condition of our mind and what is the condition of our heart, whatever things that we are praying. Otherwise, when there is a connection, how do we expect that the prayers that we are praying to our spiritual master, even to Lord Krishna, how they are going over there? So it is the Paramatma actually which makes the connection, and when we have the connection, so like that. And we should always understand there are never two, there are always three. So there are never two means only me and the other person. No, there are always three: me, the other person, and the Paramatma. So that is how the spiritual master knows everything of what we are going through. And even if we are facing any difficulties, and if we sincerely pray to our spiritual master, and to whomsoever we are surrendered to, and so then they guide. If we are if your prayer is sincere, and if the connection is right, so like that. So we are already at 8:16. uh, if there are any questions, then we can take. Otherwise, tomorrow we will have the quiz for the whole fourth chapter of the appearance of Narad Muni. And then this fifth chapter is amazing, amazing, amazing. And I was, why I'm saying that, because that I was trying to hear lectures of Prabhupada on this chapter. There are so many lectures of Prabhupada in this on the shlokas which are coming ahead towards us. And because here the uh, interesting part starts of how Narad Muni instructs Srila Vyasdev about what to do. So I think yes, Atul Prabhu has a question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I just want to go back to the text 14 of fourth chapter. It was regarding the overlapping of the millenniums.
Yes.
I very well understood that in this particular case, the 28th round of the 4 millenniums in Vaivasvata Manu's 28th round of 4 millenniums, the Dwapara millennium or the Dwapara Yuga came after Treta Yuga.
Yes.
But it was supposed to be other way around, right?
Yes. It is supposed to be, but there is an alteration in the plan, and whatever the plans are, there is an alteration and there is an overlapping, and that is why the Treta Yuga comes first and the Dwapar Yuga comes later. So we can.
I have questions regarding this. First one is, of course, you have already started to answer. What is the specific reason behind this, changing of the chronological order? And the second question is that if this chronological order was changed, then the number of years in particular yuga, that was also changed as far as we understand, that 4,28,000 years in the Kali Yuga, and then the double of that in Dwapara and things like that. So those total number of years was also changed, or that remained the same?
Yes. So the first part is that we will understand in our upcoming chapters that what is the reason for that, and it is going to come. So let us be patient on that. And because and the second part of the question, that I do not know whether in the Dwapar Yuga, I mean, the question is that the Dwapar Yuga is supposed to contain what, like 432 into 2, no, 432 into 3, right? 432 into 4,32,000 into 3. This is this many number of years Dwapar Yuga is supposed to contain, and the Treta Yuga is supposed to contain 4,32 into 2. So whether the Dwapar contained 4,32 into 2 or otherwise around. So that I do not know. I will have to check. It's a technical question. So little technical one, and in deep also. So I do not know on that, but I will have to check on that. So yeah.
Okay, so let's wait for the first part and let's check on the second part then.
Yeah, correct.
Right. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Correct. And on, as a general thing, I can say that whatever is happening, it is by the design only. It is by there is some reason behind it, and because during this Chatur Yuga, in Lord Krishna has to appear in Dwapar Yuga. So then the Dwapar comes, and he appears in Dwapar as उसमें, क्योंकि there is a क्या कहते हैं उसको, शास्त्र में भी यही लिखा है that he on the 28th Chatur Yuga, and he appears in the Dwapar, but also he has to appear one Yuga which is before Kali Yuga. So in that way it happens, and because everything is in their own hand, so the demigods, they change it one way or the other. But yeah, I will. So this is going to come in our further cantos.
Okay, we'll be then. Thank you.
So any more question? Okay, so we'll end the session over here. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhaya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.